Lady She.
Lady She here from Hot Michael Lady She podcast. It is Black History Year, so She's Got Tees has t-shirts. As you see right tonight, I'm rocking Black History. I got all the things. She's Got Tees. Also, I have Sharon's Heart Stationery for those who like to write. For those who may want to give someone who celebrate Valentine's Day, you're welcome to do that with Sharon's Heart Stationery. We have journals, we have pens, we have bookmarks. I want you guys to tune in as much as you can to the Men Where Art Thou series, which is starting tonight. Jamal is my first guest in the series. You are welcome to subscribe and check out the others. Series 1 and Series 2 of the Men Where Art Thou series is on YouTube, and I also share clips on my Instagram page, which is Hot Mike Lady She _podcast, as well as on Facebook, Hot Mike with Lady She. You can also find She's Got Tees LLC on Facebook as well. I am going to invite my guest in now, Mr. Jamal Smart. He is a creator and the writer and director of Behind the Joy film.
How you doing?
I am wonderful.
That's good.
Pushing.
Some person and I'm nervous right now.
Don't be nervous.
I got to be
Actually,
nervous.
you know what? It's good to be nervous because then the truth will come out. Mm-hmm. You know, what needs to come out will come out because now you're not in your head. So being nervous is good. That's what I'm told. Yeah. But I first just want to thank you so much for taking our time to come on. I'm super, super excited for you for this project, for this film, excuse me. This subject, you know, I was just sharing with the viewers, is to the heart. So I am excited to dive into these questions. Okay, everybody, if you're just joining, this is my special guest for the first night of the Men Where Art Thou series. I don't even know if he knew he was a part of this series. No. But now he knows. So let me just give a background on how I started the series. For those who follow me, know I just have a heart for the men. Like, I just do. I think that's why God blessed me with sons. I just know your position and how powerful you are, your royalty, your men are it. You know, men are it, and
we are it.
Yes, no, we are it. Yes. But when the men are in their rightful place, it's powerful. So I tried, and let me stop saying try. I decided to create a series with a space for the men to share whatever they desire. Because I kept hearing a thing of no one listens to us, nobody wants to hear us, and I'm like, well, I want to hear it. What's up? What we doing? So that's how the series began, and so now you know you are my first guest for the Men Where Art Thou series. Great, so thank you.
Great, thank you.
So my first question is the same question I asked all my guests, which is, who is Jamal Smart?
I'm a father first, and I am the person that I needed when I was younger.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Short but sweet. Yeah, short and sweet.
Let's get it. Let's go. All right. So tell us a little bit about, you know, your background, your childhood. Where are you from?
So I'm from Amityville, New York.
Long Island.
Yes. I had my first child when I was 16 years old, and that shaped my life completely. I lost my mother when I was like 11. My father wasn't really around, so it was just like me and my daughter and just going through these changes. I always was a creative. I first started off as like DJing and stuff like that. Then I moved on to photography. Then I did a bunch of things in photography. Then I started moving on to videography with my older cousins were doing it. And that kind of shaped my life in being creative and stuff like that. Then I found another passion, and that was in IT. I actually work full-time in IT. I have 2 jobs. Right now I'm at my second job.
Wow.
And I have with the photography and videography and stuff like that now, I feel like it's a hobby with benefits. And I'm able to live out those hobbies through my job now.
Paul, I can't let you gloss over this. So your mother passed away when you were younger.
Yes.
Your dad wasn't in the house, and you became a dad at 16 years old.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
That happens when you just living life. You're controlling your own life. and sometimes you're gonna make a mistake because your brain is not fully developed. But I feel like my daughter is my mom reincarnated. You know, she taught me patience. She helped me slow down because who knows where I would be if I didn't have her to guide me. I didn't have her in the back of my mind where everything I'm doing, it has to go towards her. So I can't really waste any time. I can't waste any opportunity. Something like the garden has to be watered every day. So the fruits of my labor, I can give it to her.
Love this, love this, love this. So, well, who raised you then?
I can. It's like a combination. I have like older cousins, friends, and family, my aunts and stuff like that. But I like to say, I like to see other people's lives and like take their life experiences and see how it affects their lives and apply it to mine. So like growing up, everyone smoked around me, but I see what smoking does. So I never chose to smoke. Everyone drinks around me. I see what drinking does. So I never drank. And I just take those little things and see, oh, that person found success in it. So let me try if I can do it me.
So, but where did that like come from? Did that come from like the lack of not having parents? Like, is that something where you had to create this world of your own? Like, you know, let me grab onto what seems to be positive. Let me stay away from what seems to be negative. Like that comes from something. When you're missing your parents, and you have that has to come from something like your village. Like that doesn't just come from the sky. You understand what I'm
I
saying?
think it really comes from the mistakes of other people. Because I can just live vicariously through other people, see how it affects their lives. Then I will just apply it to mine.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's get it. So, did you grow up in a space where it's like, you know, whatever happens in my house stays in my house type thing? Because we go through that a lot, you know, as African Americans. I know, you know, I have Caribbean friends as well, and y'all deal with that. So, can you kind of touch in on that?
I grew up in a house where I can basically I can do whatever I wanted, you know. So it's like it was really no rules as long as I just go to school and you know just be a good person.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get it then. Okay. So, I saw something that you sent me connected to your journey with videography and photography and stuff like that. You said 2 years ago it kind of shifted. Talk to me a little bit.
So I've been doing photography and videography for about 10 years, but I've been doing it for other people. I've been working on other people's projects, as in music videos or commercials or portraits and stuff like that. But I never did a passion project that I controlled from the beginning to the end. So I like to say I started my journey to basically working for myself 2 years ago.
Right.
As in creating this project and doing all these passion projects because as a creative, it's really hard to be creative on someone else's project. So I chose to put up my own money, chose to, you know, invest in myself to do this project.
Okay, so even with that, people coming on that are directors and writers and such, and one of the biggest things is, you know, I had to come out of my pocket. I had to come out of my pocket. So you had to just come out your pocket. You don't know, or you haven't tapped into funding and how to get funds when it comes to filmmaking and different
So
projects.
I never try to tap into funding or anything because I wanted full control. I didn't want to have someone breathing down my neck to do what I felt like was best for my project. And I have an interesting circumstance and stuff like that. I own real estate, so I have cash flow, so that helped me offset doing the movie.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Listen, y'all heard that. Listen, on this platform, we talk a lot about real estate because God ain't making no more land. So you better tap in.
It is fine tuned. It's finite amount of land.
Yeah.
You better grab you some.
Yeah, you better get involved, people. You better get involved. So okay, so now you have full reign on your project. I want to understand a young man who, well, clearly you had a village growing up. You lost your mom. Dad wasn't active, and you became a father at 16 years old. You're still a kid at 16. I understand some of us were mature, but you're still a child. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You still got to go to school and handle things and then be there for her.
Mm-hmm.
Is this where the idea of wanting to tap into the subject of postpartum, that's not like something I've seen men really talk about. So for you to tap in and want to do a movie, I need to know what happened and where that came from.
So, me being the first in my friends and family to have a child, a lot of parents will come to me and tell me their stories and tell me how they wasn't feeling right. They wasn't mentally there. That sometimes they don't like their kids and stuff like that. Then about 2 years ago, my sister, she went through postpartum really bad to the point that she wanted to, hurt herself.
Right.
So I listen to everyone's stories. I'm the person that you can call and talk to, but I feel so upset that I can't do nothing about it. And sometimes I'm a person like, if you don't call me, I'm gonna say, all right, what's the plan? Like let's do a plan of action. And something like that. There's really no plan of action. It's really just time, and just really time can really help that.
Yeah.
So I took it upon myself to say, okay, I have all this videography and photography talent, the equipment, and the know-how. Why not make a story to highlight those stories that pretty much you will probably never hear? Because a lot of our women, especially Black women, they suffer in silence.
Right.
So I wanted to put it on myself to make a love letter to the mothers of the present, the past, and the futures, because it's either you went through postpartum or somebody who went through postpartum.
Right.
And because all this information is new to me too. I always knew, like I kind of knew what it was, but when I dived deep into it and asking professionals and stuff like that, it just gave me more of an understanding of how to treat a woman during those circumstances. Like I have friends and families that going through divorce because they blame postpartum and stuff like that. So if I can spread information and just help us as a Black community become better and to have more understanding, I feel like I did my job.
Love that. Okay, for those who may not know, and I'm not even being funny, can you just tell them what PPD actually
So
is?
postpartum is post mood this postpartum depression is a chemical imbalance when a woman gives birth. From birth to 3 months, it can be baby blues. Baby blues is normal, and baby blues can be caused of a lack of sleep or just just low function and brain activity and stuff like that. But when it goes into postpartum, hormones are really high. You can either get postpartum depression, postpartum psychosis, postpartum anxiety, postpartum OCD, and it can be a plethora of things. And things like you can suddenly stop breastfeeding can trigger postpartum. The lack of sleep can trigger postpartum, and the worst of it, a lot of mothers will fall into substance abuse to get that high, to get away from their mental state, or it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, it's like postpartum is really serious, and we should definitely take it serious.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: you watched your sister go through this. Now that you're older, looking back, being 16 years old, and this young lady, was she 16 too? I'm sorry.
She was 17.
Okay, so both of you being young teens,
Mm-hmm.
are you realizing now some of the things she went through was that?
So, and it's like it's terrible because I'm 16. I have to go to work, so it's like most of the time I'm not there.
Right.
Then it's like she doesn't even know what's going on, so we can't classify it and stuff like that. So, she has a fiance and she has 3 other kids. And when I told her about the project, she said, "That's crazy because I went through postpartum, with my other kids." So I don't know if she went through postpartum necessarily, or she was just scared as hell that she was having a child that's 17.
Yeah.
But I don't think I ever asked if she went through postpartum where me and her had a child.
Right. Yeah. No, because even looking at the trailer that you shared and then what I saw, I really wanted you to elaborate, because what happens is this. Fortunately now people are starting to talk about it. But for years in, it was like something that was disregarded. You're supposed to know how to be a mom
Mm-hmm.
when you have a kid.
Mm-hmm.
They just think like kick in gear. You gotta know how to do this. This is in you.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, I'm sad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to look at the baby. I know I'm not supposed to feel this way, but I don't know why I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid to say something. If I say something, I'm a bad person. I'm a bad mom.
Mm-hmm.
So can you kind of tap into, without telling too much about the film, because you got to go see the film, people, but can you kind of tap into, you know, the environment, how damaging it can be when people are ignorant to the subject, when people are ignorant to what is happening? Does that make sense?
People are ignorant to happen because a big thing of isolation kicks in. And when those thoughts are really loud and you feel like those are the only things that can soothe those thoughts, you tend to fall into those thoughts of hurting yourself or hurting the baby and stuff like that. So in this film, the mother does go through postpartum psychosis, and those thoughts are really, really loud, really damaging. But at the end, she makes a choice, which is
Well, we don't want
beneficial for
you to tell us the
everybody.
end.
Yeah, not, but she makes a choice.
Okay.
Either good or bad.
Okay. So you, from a male's perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just use myself. It can be hard, especially if you don't know what's going on, because women also go through PPD after miscarriages. I went through that after having a miscarriage. I actually went through postpartum depression every pregnancy, but the last miscarriage was to the point I was like, I need therapy. But I knew. What do you tell the men who just looking at her like, yo, what's wrong with her? Like, like something wrong with her. Like, get the baby. Like, that don't understand. Like, what is your advice to the men who are supposed to support us?
Well, my next child is what I'm gonna do. Because with all these connections I'm making, I'm building a super team. Like,
nice.
We're gonna get a doula, we're gonna get a midwife, we're gonna get a physical trainer, we're gonna go to therapists and stuff like that to really make you feel understand, to let you know like those voices are not real. So for all us men out there, you know, go get a doula, go get a postpartum doula, go to therapy with your woman, go do everything you can to make her feel okay. Take the baby more, and invite people over. Make sure they're clean. Invite people over. Like, make her feel like she's just not the third wheel in this new family that you created.
That was good. Ooh, I felt that thing.
Yeah. So that's what you really have to do, because I've been a victim of this too. Like, I will call my friends or my family. The first thing I ask is, how's the baby? It makes a woman feel less than like I'm just here, you know?
Yeah.
So we have to make sure that she reclaims her individuality after having a child.
Love that. Love that. That was too good. Come on, sir. Let's get it. I'm telling you. So I want your thoughts, you know, because I can tell like you're very mature. Like,
I try to be.
I feel like even you saying I had to work, when you said that, I felt that. I'm like, he's 16. He like, this baby got to be fed. However, I can do that. You know what I'm saying? And you understood, like, I wish I probably could have been more present, but I had to do the other thing, which was provide the best way I could at 16 years old, because they ain't making me no doctor at 16. So when it comes to what we're seeing a lot of, and I'm speaking about social media and things that go viral, which, you know, I don't really do too many of the blogs and stuff. I got to protect my peace. So I don't follow a lot of stuff, but stuff I keep seeing that pops up is, you know, about, you know, men disrespecting the women and the women acting like men, they're being masculine and all these things, and everybody's going back and forth on who's wrong or who's right. And, you know, two things can be right at the same time.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So what do you say to the men, especially our men? Because I feel like this thing is put out there like our men aren't present. And we know that's not true. It's true for some, But there's a lot of dads who are hands-on.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of husbands who don't play about their family, but
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to see that over social media.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you say to the fathers who may not understand? You kind of just answered it, but I want you to target those who are not doing what they're supposed to do. Those who aren't being supportive, those who aren't trying to connect, with the mom and try to understand she's been going through stuff because you've been absent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you say to the hearts of those men?
To be understood, you have to understand. There's no way around it. You just, if you want to get through somebody, you have to understand where they come from so they can understand you. So that's just the message of just our people in general.
Right.
We do not understand each other, but we assume that other people understand each other, understand us, and that is a big thing. I still have trouble with it, like assuming stuff. But you can't assume. You have to ask questions. You can't just like. Not everyone has the same upbringing. Your wife may had a really sheltered life, but you had a harder life. So some things will come natural to you. Some things will be common sense, but to her, it's not like that. So you have to understand where she comes from to be understood.
Sorry. Wow. Love that. So to the females, the women who have these friends that are like, that ain't real. I ain't go through that. I was fine. Like, girl, suck it up. You know what I'm saying? Suck it up, buttercup type thing. What do you say to them? Like, when that's their support system, the support system is no longer the support system.
I do have a character like that in the movie. And you have to find other friends.
Well,
you definitely have to find other friends. Because if any person, can disrespect your feelings and you venting to them and they telling you to disregard it, that I don't feel that's your friend.
Yeah.
I do not feel that's your friend. So you have to find other friends. You have to find a community that's going to embrace you, that's going to pour into you, and you can pour into them.
Wow. I felt that thing too. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be good. So when you came to your family and people around you like, yo, I want to do this film on postpartum, what did they say?
So I work in the shadows. The only person that I told was my older cousin Chauncey, because he made a film called Black Friday Subliminal. It's a film about brain cancer, and he just made it into like a sci-fi way. And he inspired me. Him being my older cousin, he made a film, and I always told myself or anybody, like, if they can do it, I can do it. So I told like a couple of friends and stuff like that, certain cousins, because I don't want everyone's energy into it. So then
dropping bars.
Yeah. So then I wrote the script. Actually, no. First, I did a case study of about 30 women who went through postpartum. Then I wrote the script based on their stories. Then when I was finished with the script, I got a bunch of my friends and family. They gave me feedback on the script, or what should I change? What should I do? Then I brought it to, because I also work at the hospital. I work at Good Samaritan Hospital. I brought it to a labor delivery nurse educator. Her name is Janice Stevens, and she helped me base the script more in fact. So that's how it came about. So I don't really like talking until like I'm either almost done. When things are in motion. If you see it, then it's meant for you. If you don't, then whatever.
Come on, Jamal. Like, you dropping bars and you just flowing. You ain't even thinking about it. Like,
I'm nervous. I'm telling you.
This is major, because I say it all the time. He specifically said, I don't tell everybody. You cannot tell everybody, because you have to protect yourself and whatever it is you are doing. I need y'all to write that down. Write that down, okay? You cannot tell everybody what you're doing.
No,
okay? Because you got to keep it safe. It's precious. So everybody's not invited. Everybody can't see. You understand what I'm saying? So thank you so much for saying that. The other thing he said, he did his due diligence by fact checking and by going to people who have the facts. You know what I'm saying?
Who had the facts and who went through it.
Who went through it. Nah, that's dope. So, how did you find the men?
The men, I found a couple men. The thing, I keep friendships for years. Like I always have a door open. You can always call me. So when I went to, my friends or my friends that are girls that have husbands or partners, ask them how they felt and how, because if their woman went through postpartum, they went through a postpartum, either with the
Right?
postpartum OCD or they had to deal with the weight of their emotions, and that takes a toll on men too. Just like Mr. Key said, Mr. Key keeping it real. Fathers do go through postpartum, especially in prison and jail and stuff like that, because they have a guilt because they're not there. They
Yes.
can't lessen the burden.
Yes.
So, I ask some fathers, but um, I'm having a tough time getting more fathers to, reach out to me. I've been trying to contact like father groups and stuff like that, but falling on deaf ears.
Mhm.
But every time I showcase a scene, fathers do come up to me and ask me how can I show for my partner,
Love that. Yeah.
because it's taxing.
Mm. So you doing your work. Let's go, Jamal. Let's get it. Listen, I need y'all to make sure y'all make it out to this film, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm trying to push this for you because it's serious. Like, I'm realizing and I'm seeing, like, even working where I work, I
Mhm.
know of women who have killed their children.
And
They
that is
have
a
murdered their
real
children.
reality. Like the information I got from
Yeah.
Janet Stevens, there's a lot of women who will feel like their child is demons and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Or they'll abandon their child, they'll hurt their child and stuff like that.
Yep.
And those things really do happen,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah. So by the time this mother comes to, she doesn't even realize she did what she did,
Hmm.
and the child is gone. And that means the father
Hmm.
has now have to deal with devastation and trauma forever because he probably knew like she wasn't okay and I was trying to get her
Hmm.
help, but there was nobody believed her or whatever, and
Hmm.
now it's going too far. So, I truly commend you, for taking this on
Thank
and
you.
being serious about it because some people are just out here in the industry because they want to make money and
Hmm.
they know they're good at making film and they'll just make anything. But
Hmm.
this is awesome, sir. This is really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm
So
excited.
the thing about this, I always feel money is the byproduct of doing something that you love.
Mm,
And the reason I already told you my first reason why I did it, to do something creative. The second reason is to bring my friends and families to get together. I told myself every year I'm going to do something creative and do something to advance my career. The first event I did was I threw a photo gallery, and just seeing all my cousins and my friends come together to celebrate and not seeing each other during like a funeral or something sad, seeing everyone happy, it gives a sense of joy because I cannot afford to take my nieces and nephews to Six Flags or
right.
Express Pass. So it's just like it's a good way to create those
I
memories,
love
you know?
that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I freaking love that. What? Listen, I be telling people like, listen, you can find something to do that's free to be
Hmm.
together. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
can you can you can be creative, think outside the box. I think that's amazing.
Thank you.
That is absolutely awesome. So the storytelling, where's that
Mhm.
come from?
I am naturally a storyteller. Some people
Wow.
say I'm crazy, but I'm naturally a
What
storyteller,
did
and
you say? Some people said you're crazy.
yeah, I like it though.
He said, yeah.
I like it though. But I just I like I lived many lives, and I see all my whole community live lives. So that's where I get the stories from. Everyone is animated around me. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a past.
Mm,
So I
come
like
on.
to bring those all together. And the way I write my characters like it's an extension of myself. If I was gonna write an arrogant character, I write the character how I would be if I was arrogant or sad or depressed or
Right.
like a thug, whatever. So that's how I write my characters. So it's like it's an extension of myself if I had the confidence to be that true person.
That's fine. That's dope. So how did you find the cast?
So my casting director, Bruce Santana, I know him for years when I used to take acting classes. I told him about the movie and he said, let's go on
Oh,
backstage.
backstage.
And I did a casting call and I found my beautiful cast.
Awesome. That's
Yeah.
dope. Is everybody from here?
Well, the male lead, he is originally from Jersey. He's originally from Philly, but he lives in Jersey.
Okay.
The female lead, she is from Manhattan. The supporting characters, her name, the Julie, her name is Megan Self Harley. I know her since I was like 5 years old. I said I was doing this movie, and I was like, I don't know if you can fit. She said, what's the character like? I said, she's pretty much a bitch. She said, oh, that's perfect for me.
She's like, I'm amazing at that.
Then the grandma. At first, I wanted my friend's wife. Her name is Tina, but she's like, "Oh, I got somebody better."
Oh,
Her name is Ty. She did an amazing job. She captured the emotions,
awesome.
brought people to tears. Then I have Henry. His name is Darnell. I know Darnell for like 10 years. He's always around, and he actually took acting classes with me before. And I told him, try out for the lead.
Love it.
Unfortunately, he didn't make the lead, but I still gave him a part.
Right.
And yeah, it's like the two main people that I didn't know was Bobby and Kakara. Everyone else was like friends and family
Love
that
it.
helped me on set. That either was part of it, extras and stuff like that.
Awesome. Awesome. This is so good. Oh my goodness. Look, I'm so glad certain people stayed on because listen, it ain't easy. Like film, playwrights and stuff, directors,
Mm-hmm.
acting, all this stuff is not for the weak. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that you were blessed enough to just jump out there and be like, this is what I'm doing. I see the vision. I know the people are gonna come, and you did what you needed to do. I'm in awe of you, sir. I can't wait to see this film.
Thank you. It's gonna be really amazing. I really can't wait for people to see it. I'm able to travel the world with it. I'm able to affect people's lives and
Yeah.
give people more knowledge and more understanding and just be patient with one another and finding courage to seek help.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one right there. Find the courage to seek the help. Please seek the help, sir.
Yeah.
Seek the help, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Amen. I love that. I love that. All right. So what's next? What is to come? Because I can tell you're one of those people that your juices is always flowing and you always got something happening up there. I can feel it.
So I do have 3 other concepts for movies.
Mm-hmm.
I have like a what if story of my life when I was 16 and pregnant. Then I have another story that I'm doing with my friend Kiosha. She's doing like a love story. That's gonna be like more of a short film. Then I'm doing a rap satire because I wanted to make fun of rappers because I feel like they're idolized too much, and
Oh,
I want to.
I might have to get up on that one with you.
Yeah,
You might have to hit me up on that one.
yeah.
I got some juices for that.
'Cause I want to treat them like modern day gladiators because
Wow.
we are what makes them popular. Without us, they will not be who they are.
Come on, sir.
And no, that's what I want to touch on. And all my movies are going to touch on mental health.
Let's
So
go.
they're all going to be centered around that.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on and do your work. Listen, Mr. Jamal Smart, I'm super excited for you. This was dope. Leave us with something. A quote, something from the heart, a book we could read, something.
Just be the person that you needed.
Wow. I always say that. That's God right there. That was confirmation. Be the one that you needed.
Yeah.
I love it.
I always say that.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
it's so needed because we all was at a point where we needed that person. So be that person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go, Jamal. Jamal, tell the people where they can get tickets. Tell them how they can reach you, because I'm feeling like you nudged on somebody tonight. So let them know
Yeah.
where they can contact you, whether it's connected to the film or just videography, whatever it is. Tell them where they can reach you and tell them how they can get their tickets.
So you can always get your tickets on the Instagram page Behind the Joy Film. You can always I answer all DMs. I answer all friend requests. I am totally available. And my personal page is W1 Zungy, WEWANANTZUNGY, and you. I'm so easy to contact. Just hit me up.
Love that, love that, love that. Listen, Jamal Smart of Behind the Joy Film coming.
Coming March 14th at Belmore Theater, and it is a formal event, red carpet, after party, free drinks, free food. I have Happy Cork Brooklyn sponsoring the drinks, so it's all black owned
Let's go.
drinks. Um, it's going to be a bunch of resources there.
Mm.
You can come to network, you can come to connect, you can come to even learn a thing or two. You never know. You might want to be a doula after this. You might want to go be a midwife. So it's going to be a life changing event. I have the postpartum resources of New York behind me, Nassau County Mental Health Department. I have Suffolk County Minority Health. I have Long Island Doula Association. I have Women Diversity Network. I have perinatal. I have so much people that's coming to the event and just going to be there, and they're all in full support.
Nah, that just made my whole body. I just got chills behind all of that because
Yeah.
it's the spirit of excellence for me.
Yeah.
Like it's the spirit of excellence. Like I feel like you didn't miss a beat. Like
I try not to. I try
you're
not
a
to.
thinker. Like you nah, I'm so encouraged right now. Like I saw everything as you're saying it. Like your words, I was seeing pictures of it. Every time you said one, I saw words, I saw the person, I saw people. This is gonna be amazing. I'm really trying to get, a plethora of people to come out and experience this because this is life
It's
changing.
more than just a movie.
It
It's a
is.
movement. It's a movement. And I'm taking
Yeah.
this movement. I'm taking it to Atlanta. I'm going to my home country. I'm going to Jamaica. I'm going to collab with hospitals. I'm going to collab with birth centers. I really want this movie to live beyond me. Like I'm doing summits. I'm connecting with people that I never would have thought. I'm connecting with doctors, connected with schools, hospitals, and stuff like that, just for something that I created out of my mind. So that's what makes it really special. And if you're gonna be, everyone is gonna be a part of this journey, and everyone's gonna become better at it
I,
because of it.
I got chills, man. Like I can't even wait to see you travel. Like I'm already thinking about things in my mind of people who you can connect with in these different states because this is different. Like, yeah, this nah, you're dope. You're dope.
I
Thank
appreciate
you. I truly appreciate you for sharing your time and your story. And like I'm kind of speechless. I'm not even gonna hold you. I am, and I'm not supposed to be speechless because I'm interviewing you. But listen, March 14th at the Belmore. What is that?
it.
The Cineplex
Belmore Theater
at the Belmore Theater.
off of Sunrise.
Listen, the link is in his bio.
Link is in
Okay,
my bio.
follow Behind the Joy Film on Instagram. Tap the link, get your tickets. But I saw people that were commenting that I didn't even know would.
Mm-hmm.
So your God is working already. If that makes any sense, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, of
So thank you.
course.
Thank you for. He clearly responds to DMs because I was all in the DMs. Well,
Respond to
actually, matter of fact,
everybody.
you commented on a post of mine actually, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Who's that?"
The
Look,
thing about it's so hard to, especially because where you from? You from Long Island
I'm
or
from Long Island.
Queens?
I'm from
Okay.
Nassau. I'm from Hempstead.
So it is really hard to connect with a lot of Long Island people because we're so segregated. So
Nah,
the mo the moment I see, okay, this person doing something, let me just
wow.
DM them more. Like, because we're so segregated. And I really hate
Yeah,
that. So,
yeah.
I make it a point to really try to connect with more Long Island people.
I love this, yo. Listen, let me say this to y'all, and I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna let him go, but he just made one of the biggest points that I keep talking about, which is if you're not out there, nobody's going to see you. So if I'm not posting anything, he wouldn't have saw. That's gonna help you. I hope that helps you. So if
Yeah.
you don't believe in the stuff you're doing, you're not sharing it or posting it, nobody's going to support. Nobody can. Do you understand what I'm saying?
They're not gonna know what you're doing.
No, they're not gonna know. Nobody's a mind reader. So if you believe in your stuff, believe in whether it's your music, your writing, whatever it is, you have to put yourself out there and be seen. And that's from me and Jamal, okay? From the two Long Islanders who done connected. Because I'm gonna hit you at another time because my brain is God be knowing. That's all I know. The divine connections is real. So I appreciate you, for making that comment and making this connection because like I have so much to journal tonight just from this conversation. So, my prayers is that somebody literally taps in and gets the help that they need.
Yeah.
For something goes a direction that they can't take back. I hope that the men understand, maybe I need to listen more. It seems like she's being dramatic, but this is something that's real. Let me tap in and be supportive, even though I don't really understand it. I think this is awesome. I think this is really awesome. I'm here to support you in whatever way that is. You can always hit me up, like,
Yes.
Lady She, you know anybody here? And I'm like, yes, I do. Come on, let's go. I'm one of those. So I truly appreciate you. Guys, make sure you follow the page Beyond the Joy Film on Instagram. Make sure you tap the link. Get some folks into the building in Belmore movie theater. I'm super excited. Jamal Smart. Thank you. Listen, guys, Black History Year. Make sure you are out there supporting the filmmakers. Make sure you're supporting the arts. Make sure you're supporting Black-owned businesses. I told you guys I'm rocking my Black History t-shirt tonight. Make sure you purchase your t-shirts and things from She's Got Tees. Make sure for those who are the writers in the building, and when I said write that down, y'all can purchase journals and writing material from Sharon's Heart Stationery. Also, shout out to Hempstead Kennedy Memorial Park. They're having a Black History Month event where I will be a vendor with all my items and my goodies on February 24th. Be on the lookout for all the Black History Month events. I went to an amazing dance theater the other day, and it was free at Hofstra University. Listen, you got to tap into the arts. We have some amazing, talented people. Okay, support the arts. And that's really it, y'all. Subscribe to Hot Michael HG Podcast, where you will find this whole interview, and look out for Mr. Jamal Smart. What is it? Smart Studios?
Smart Art Studios.
Don't be saying it like that. Smart Art.
Smart Art Studios. It's still in progress. I just gotta formulate everything on the back end.
Listen, you Jamaican, you got 1 million jobs, so you gotta how to navigate all these things. You know what I'm saying?
Organize.
So we get it. Listen, God gonna send you your team, and He gonna get everything together. But look at that. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that's it. Good night, everybody.